In today's video, we are going to discuss about the human alimentary canal. The human alimentary canal starts from mouth and ends at the anus. In the given diagram, you are able to see the diagram of mouth. Mouth is the opening which is guarded by a pair of lips and it opens into oral cavity. The other name of oral cavity is buccal cavity. Inside the buccal cavity or oral cavity, we can see here that the upper roof of the oral cavity or buccal cavity is made by the hard bony structure known as hard palate, and the backside of the roof is made up of soft palate. Because it is not bony, so it is soft. The hard palate and soft palate are underlined by jaw, and besides the jaw there are teeth. I have drawn 8 teeth. This is the quarter set of the teeth. You are able to see that the quarter set of the teeth consists of 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolar and 3 molars. So there are 8 teeth in quarter of the mouth. So if we will multiply 8 with 4, it will come to 32. So there are 32 teeth total in the mouth of the human being. Now the lower floor of the oral cavity or buccal cavity is made by tongue, and the sides, left and right sides, are made by cheeks. So we are able to see that at the front of the oral cavity there are lips and mouth. At the top there is hard palate, soft palate, jaw and teeth, and the lower platform is made up by tongue. Now we will go with first of all we will go with the function of teeth. As you are able to see that teeth are of different types we have here. Incisor is for cutting and biting, canine is for tearing, premolar and molar are for chewing and grinding. Okay, so overall the function of the teeth is masticating the food into small pieces. Now we'll go with the function of tongue. Tongue has got various taste papillae, or you can say taste buds. These taste buds help in tasting the different varieties of food, but always remember only 90% of food taste is detected by tongue. 10% of food taste is also detected with the help of nose. As you have felt in fever or when you are sneezing and coughing, whenever you eat very delicious food, you don't able to enjoy it that much because your nose is blocked with the mucus. Fine. So now this is the dental formula. I is to C is to P is to M, that is 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 3. It comes to 8, 8 3 are 20, 32. 8 4 are 32. Now, so this tongue gives us the taste of the food. This tongue roll up the food and roll it inside the mouth. Plus, tongue helps in speaking various words and letters. In addition to that, tongue also helps us to swallow the food in the esophagus or food pipe. Fine. Now, one of the very most important thing which is inside the mouth is salivary gland. Okay, so we will go with the salivary glands. Here you are able to see that here we are here with saliva. Fine. So saliva is, we get saliva from salivary glands. We have 3 pairs of salivary glands in our mouth. That means total 6 salivary glands we have got. Salivary glands give saliva to the oral or buccal cavity with the help of salivary duct. Fine. What does saliva contains? So saliva contains water, electrolytes, salivary amylase. This is one of the very most important thing which we will discuss here. Salivary amylase. Now what is the function of salivary amylase? When we take food inside our buccal cavity or mouth, like bread, rice, potato, they all contain starch. Okay, so starch containing food, as you take it inside, our teeth masticate it, our tongue roll it, and helps the saliva to get mixed with the food thoroughly. When the saliva get mixed with the food thoroughly, the salivary amylase, which is present inside the saliva, digests the saliva starch and forms glucose. That means the first step of digestion takes in the mouth only. What is digested? Starch is digested. What is the product? Glucose is the product. Who digested? The salivary amylase, an enzyme digested. What is enzymes? Enzymes are the biocatalysts. Fine. Now, so and the food which is inside the mouth, which has been masticated and mixed with saliva, that food is known as bolus. Whatever food which is thoroughly masticated and mixed with saliva, that food is known as bolus inside the mouth. Now boys, we will go with this. When the food is masticated and it has become saliva, it has become bolus, this bolus is pushed into the oesophagus, which is known as food pipe. But there is a certainty that the food can go inside the windpipe also. So how it is prevented? The food is prevented from going into windpipe by a leaf-like structure or a cap known as epiglottis. This epiglottis closes the windpipe. This epiglottis closes the windpipe whenever we swallow the food. The time we swallow the food, the time it gets closed, and the food goes to the oesophagus. And it goes from oesophagus, it goes to the stomach. But it is not very simple, as I have told. As soon as the food reaches oesophagus, as soon as the food reaches oesophagus or food pipe, what happens? That this is collapsed type structure. This is a collapsed structure. Fine. This is a collapsed structure. As soon as the food reaches the top of the oesophagus, this collapsed structure becomes straight, and now thus the food passes easily, but the lower structure is still collapsed. Now when the food reaches the lower structure, the upper structure again become collapsed and the lower structure becomes straight. So this is the rhythmic movement of the oesophagus done one by one, one by one, one by one. So this rhythmic movement is known as peristaltic movement. Fine. So the bolus, by doing peristaltic movement in oesophagus, reaches the stomach. There is no digestion in oesophagus. Now we'll go with the stomach. As you all know, that stomach is a muscular bag. It's a J-shaped muscular bag. From here the bolus is coming. From here the bolus is coming and it will enter the stomach. But before entering of the bolus to the stomach, the gastric glands which are present at the inner wall of the stomach. See, these are the inner wall of the stomach. They secrete they have gastric glands and they secrete these following 6 types of enzymes. But only 1, 2, 3. Only these 3 enzymes are in our syllabus. Later 4th, 5th and 6th enzymes are not in our syllabus. Only these 3 enzymes we have to study in our syllabus. As soon as food reaches the stomach, the mucus is secreted. The mucus covers the inner wall of the stomach. Fine. And next, the gastric glands secrete the second item, that is hydrochloric acid. This hydrochloric acid is secreted inside the stomach, and the harmful effect of HCl on the stomach is prevented by the mucus, which was earlier secreted by the gastric gland. The third, after this, when the bolus reaches the stomach, the gastric gland secretes pepsinogen. Now, pepsinogen is an inactive enzyme. Pepsinogen is an inactive enzyme, so it is of no use. We have to make it useful. How? The pepsinogen in the presence of HCl becomes active pepsin. It becomes an active enzyme known as pepsin. Now this pepsin acts on the protein which is in the bolus and makes peptones. Now peptone is an intermediate digested product, so you have to remember this. Again we will digest it completely in the small intestine. Fine. There the fourth is prorenin. Like pepsinogen, prorenin is also inactive enzyme. In the presence of HCl it becomes renin, and this renin acts on milk and it breaks the milk into calcium and paracésinate. So this calcium get mixed with the blood and stored in the bone. In next video we will go with the further information of what happens food in the stomach and small intestine.